So today we are in Surrey, and in this video I'm going to be talking you through how we turned this unused piece of garden over here in this corner into this incredible outdoor kitchen and entertainment space. So when we first arrived here, this part of the garden, it was just completely unused. I think there was some flower beds and things like that, but it just wasn't being used for anything, and the customer really wanted to create a space that he could use for barbecuing and entertaining his friends and his family. He'd already bought this breeze house here. He got this X display and he wanted to integrate that into the design, so have somewhere to sit and then have the kitchen next to it. So the first thing we did was to lay a concrete slab down here. We dug the whole area out. We went down, I think 150 mil, something like that. We put type 1 in there, and then we poured 100 mil concrete slab in that with all the reinforcing bars in there. We also at the same time dug a trench from there all the way up the garden to the water supply, and we fed in water. I think we fed in electric as well. We put all the services into that area up into pipes just prior to the concrete slab being poured. So once the slab was down, Breeze House as a company, they came along and they installed this shelter here. It's a rectangular slab with a circular section at the back. So what we did is we obviously poured the concrete like that, but then we put these little coping stones which actually match the other ones in the garden. We knew the measurements of this already, so we did it exactly the right measurements so that you can just see that decorative finish all the way around. So when we came back here, this was in, and our next project was to build this oak gazebo. So this is 3.1 by 3.1 meters square. Everything is oak. These posts are 175 mil thick. It's got the bracing in there. All of the rafters are all oak as well. And it all comes ready made. So all of these posts are all mortise and tenons. They're all held together with these dowels. It's just an absolute thing of beauty. You've got this really thick, chunky handrail that comes along here that just gives you that sort of division there. On the back here, we've put, these are larch, I think, these battens, and that just gives us some screening from the neighbours. We've left gaps in between them to allow airflow to come through. You can see up underneath, it's basically a massive hipped construction, so you've got 4 hips all coming into one. It's beautiful to look at. For the tiles as well, the tiles on the Breeze House, they're called Tapco, I think, and the customer wanted to try and match those. I think they're like a fiberglass. You can actually cut them with a knife, but they're guaranteed for 25 years. So we used exactly the same tiles on here as they have on there, and you can see it when you look at it, it matches perfectly. So you can also see on here that we've put down composite decking. So on top of the concrete slab, we use timber battens. We blackjack them, so we completely membrane them with this blackjack, which is a waterproof paint, if you like a tar. And then we put down this composite decking. They have grooves in the side of them. They're held down with clips, so you can't see any of the fixings or anything like that. The colour matches the oak really well. It's a good compromise between the oak and the Breeze House, which I think is probably a pine, something like that, but it flows really nicely. I love the whole look of it. So we'll talk about the kitchen now. So starting at this end here, you've got a black composite sink here and a composite tap, and then underneath there we've got a Beefeater stainless steel single door. Underneath there we've actually put in a water heater, so he's got hot and cold water. If you've got space for a sink outside, I definitely recommend having one. You know, when you're cooking, you're always handling food, opening things, closing things. It's really handy if you've got somewhere to wash your hands. Next to there, we've just got another storage cupboard as well, so you can never have too much storage outside. Here, we've got the Beefeater single fridge, and then coming around to here, we've got the Beefeater stainless steel double drawers. So these are great for storing things as well, you know, utensils and wood chips, things like that. They're all handleless as well. They're all push to open, the Beefeater ones. This here is an Ooni, I think it's 16. I'm not that familiar with the Ooni pizza ovens. I mean, you'll probably get a 14-inch pizza, something like that in there. It runs on gas. If you look at the back, actually, we've drilled a hole in the granite and the gas hose for that goes down. And what we've actually done is behind the kitchen there, we've put another door in the back that gives access, and that's where the gas tank is, underneath there. And what we have done is connected the gas from the Broil King and the pizza oven together behind into a T-section that comes down just onto one regulator, so you only ever need one tank to run both of them, and you can have a spare and swap it over if you ever run out. So this here is a Broil King built-in barbecue. It's a Regal. This is the first one of these we've ever done. It's not so Broil King aren't a brand that we normally supply, but the customer had one, a trolley version previously. He really liked it, so he wanted to have this one. And I got to say, it's a really, really nice barbecue. It hasn't been used yet, so it's in immaculate condition, but it looks really cool. It was very easy to install, and it feels really good quality. We would normally, under a barbecue, have double doors for storage of the gas tank, but because we've got the gas tank hidden away behind there, we decided just to have an opening there, and that gives him somewhere to keep all of his charcoal or anything else that you want to keep under there. Coming along to here, so this is a Kamado Joe. I think this is the Classic. Again, this is a Kamado oven, charcoal, very similar to the monoliths that we do. Brilliant for slow cooking and smoking, but also very good for searing and things like that. I'm a massive fan of the Kamado ovens. The kitchen itself is built out of bricks. So originally we were going to match the bricks on the house, but the customer decided he wanted a more rustic look and went for these ones. It was a really good choice. They're a lovely brick. The worktops on here, we've got a 30mm dark granite. I can't... Oh, hello. We've got this 30mm thick dark granite. I think this is called Angola, something like that. I'm not sure, but it's a polished granite. It's got a little round over on the edge. It's really, really nice. What we've also done in the back here, we've put these desk tidies, like a cable tidy off a desk, into the granite there, because on the back of the wall, there are 2 outdoor electrical sockets. And what that allows you to do is for the rotisserie, for the Broil King and for the Kamado Joe, you'll be able to get a plug through the cable tidy and plug it in, so that way you don't have to have any sockets on the inside here to plug it in, because they can be quite unsightly. There aren't any that I know of outdoor sockets that aren't really big and chunky. You can see we've also put a piece of granite on the back there. You've got an upstand granite along there, but we've also put a piece there just to protect the slatting from any heat. And you can see here that we've brought this up also. Oh, hello again. And got a shelf here, so having the shelf along here is great because it gives you somewhere to put all of the rubs and bits and pieces. I love that he's got this up here to keep all of the utensils, and this is, I haven't seen one of these before, so this is for keeping all your pizza toppings in. So you're sat here making your pizzas, you've got all the toppings. That's really, really cool. So also for the electrics and the lighting on here, I'll talk to you quickly about that. So you can see we've got these down lights all the way around here, and then the customer actually got themselves this heater and light, which I really like. So you can see, you turn that on, you've got 1 stage heater, 2 stage heaters, and then you've got a light underneath there. So at night, the whole space is lit up. You're going to be able to use it at light. You've also got the lights in here, and there's heater in there as well. So you'll be nice and warm, and you'll be in the light. So there you go. What an incredible space to do all your cooking and entertain your friends and family. We're doing quite a lot of these oak structures and we do a lot of the aluminium pergolas, but these oak structures are becoming more and more popular. They can go up to like 8-9 meters long. So you can get some really big shelters, get lots of things underneath them. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see another one like it, we'll leave a link up here. If you're looking to get an outdoor kitchen, or if you're looking for some inspiration, have a look at that. We try and post these videos about once a week, so if you're interested in that, make sure to give us a follow and like the video as well. That really helps us. We do have Instagram and Facebook as well, so if you want to see what we're currently up to, we try and post on there a few times a week. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.